Hey everyone, welcome back to wencreatives. So today I'm going to show you how Frontend communicates with the backend and how that data is stored. So in this video we have the main folder, which is form demo, and then we have index.html, we have database.php, and then we have submit.php. So now this is how the form looks. It is just a raw form. It doesn't have the CSS. Now it has the name and then it has the email. Let me input my name as Kim, and then let me just input my email as kim@gmail.com. Now when I click submit, I can see it has said submitted successfully. Now when I go into my database, I click refresh, I'll be able to see Kim here. I have this folder here. This is my folder demo. It has files inside. It has 3 main files, and these files are index.html, which is our main form, and then we have submit.php, and then we have database.php. In this video, we are going to use XAMPP, and then we are going to use what we call Visual Studio Code for doing all this. So the first thing you'll need to do, if you want to do this by yourself, the first thing that you'll need to do, you'll just need to go into any browser of your choice and download XAMPP. XAMPP will help us to run our PHP code. PHP code is our backend code. We will need a server where we can run it so that it can connect our front end and our backend, and also XAMPP will give us where we can have a database to store our data. This is XAMPP that we are talking about. If you don't have XAMPP into your computer, you'll just need to come and download XAMPP into the official website, which is www.apachefriends.org. You will see the link on my bio if you want to download it. The next thing that we will need to do after downloading XAMPP, you will be able to see this into your computer. You will see XAMPP. But if you're using Windows, it can be different. It can be looking different, but it is just the same thing. Now, because I'm using MacBook, I'll be able to see this. What we'll need to do, we will need to run our XAMPP so that we can have the aperture, and also we can have the MySQL database. Now I want to open my XAMPP. I'll be requested to input my computer password. After inputting my computer password, I'll be able to see something like this, which I believe you should be able to see the same thing. On your side, you will see welcome, manage servers, and then server events. You'll just need to click manage server events, or maybe manage servers, sorry. So mine is already running. Yours, it will be like this. Let me stop it and show you how it should be looking like. When you install XAMPP for the first time, it should be with red. If you want to start this and be able to run your front end and be able to run your back end and be able to connect the two, or maybe the front end with the back end and also the database, you'll just need to start by running the MySQL. Make sure you turn it on, and then the Apache web server, make sure it is on. So it will turn from red to yellow. I have turned mine off and also turned it again because it was already running. But take note here, yours will be already off, so you'll just need to turn it from red to green, which means it will be running. After doing this, you can confirm if your Apache web server is running by doing this, by going into your browser and clicking localhost/dashboard. Just go and click localhost/dashboard. You should be able to see something like this. If you don't see something like this, whether you're using Windows or maybe you're using MacBook, you should be able to see the same thing. If you don't see the same thing, which means your server is not running, and you should check why it is not running. Now, our server is running. We have the VS Code in our computer, and I already have my folder here with the 3 files. If you want to try it yourself using the same folders that I have, use the link on my bio. You'll see my GitHub link, whereby you can go and download this source code, or maybe these 3 main folders to learn by yourself from my GitHub account, and make sure you follow there. So guys, before you continue, if you have not subscribed this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you like this video so that it can reach more people. Now, Let's go back into our VS Code. I want to show you what you will need to do when you're here. There is 2 steps that you can use to open your folders, or maybe your folder where you are in VS Code, or maybe you can put it into a XAMPP and also open it. Now, because we downloaded XAMPP and we started the MySQL database and the Apache server, there is something else that XAMPP comes with when downloading it. Let me show you what it comes with when you download it. And I go into my application, I can be able to see XAMPP here. This is my XAMPP file. After I downloaded it, it gave me this, whereby I can run the server and I can run the database. After getting this, it also came with this main folder, which is XAMPP. Now, when we open our XAMPP, we will see a lot of things. Let me open it and show you how it looks like inside. Now, when we open it, we'll see bin, we will see etc, we will see htdocs, we will see logs, and many other things. So if you don't know where I got this from, I got this XAMPP that I used to run my server. It just comes from this folder. It is just inside this folder. So if you download yours and you don't see this one, you can just get it here. Here it is. Now, here we have the main folder, which is the most critical folder that we're going to use to run our database with and run our backend and run everything with. And it is called htdocs. This htdocs is used to run our folder that has the files that we are going to use. When I open htdocs, mine I'll be able to see these many files because I have been using XAMPP for the longest time, for like 2 years now. Now it is like this because it has a lot of folders and a lot of files. Some of them I have deleted them, but yours, it can be empty, so don't be shocked why yours is empty. Now remember, you already have this folder here. You'll just need to drag and drop it inside htdocs. Make sure you mark the path and the location where I have dragged and dropped my folder. It is in htdocs. Now it is asking me, are you sure you want to remove form demo from iCloud? Yes, I can accept and open it or maybe move it into my htdocs. Now I can close. After doing that, you can make sure you go back into your Visual Studio Code. Now here I want you to be keen so that I can show you how you open your folder. On the top left corner of your screen, you can see this file option. After clicking it, you can see this open folder. Just click open folder. Now you can go to where the path of your XAMPP is, so that you can be able to see the file that we have kept, or maybe we have moved to the XAMPP folder. Now my XAMPP is in application. I can go into XAMPP here, and then I can be able to see my htdocs. And inside htdocs, we have the folder that had 3 files that we kept here. It is called form demo. Now I can click that and I can click open. Now I can see my 3 files inside Visual Studio Code. We have database.php, we have index.html, and then we have submit.php. After seeing your files here, I'll come back here and explain all this. I'll just come back here and explain all this. So summary of what we have done so far: we have dragged and dropped our main folder that contains our main form and the database code, which is submit.php and database.php, into our XAMPP inside htdocs. And something else we came here and started our web server, and also we started our database. Now you can see my SQL database is running and the Apache web server is running. Let me come back here into my Visual Studio Code and explain everything. Now this is our front end. We have this main index.php. This is the main file, which is index.php. This is our front end, the part of the website that users interact with. So here we have built a simple form with 2 fields. The field is name, and then the email part here is the line action. You can see action here. It has submit.php, which tells the browser where to send the data after the user clicks the submit button. The method that we have used here, we have used the post method. The post method means the data will be sent in the background, not shown in the URL. That's how most of the forms actually are. They use the post method. Now I want us to go and try to open our form in the browser. Now let me go into my browser. This is my browser. I can come here and click localhost. You can come here and click localhost. Then followed by, make sure you begin here, followed by my folder name. Our folder name is form demo, and you can see that folder name inside our XAMPP and inside our htdocs. It's just called form demo. You just need to come here and click form demo. After clicking form demo, make sure you just click slash, and then which is the main folder, index.html. You can just leave it as this way, or maybe if you don't have any other index.html inside that form demo folder, you can just leave it this way. But if you have any other file with the index, you can make sure you mention that main file. Now I can click enter. When I click enter, I can be able to see the form here. Remember our form had name, which is here. We have this field. We have name field. We have email field. This is the email field. And then the register title, it is here. Now this is how it looks like. No, so now I can just come here and click. I can click Owen. I can click Owen, and then the email I can click maybe this email. Now when I click submit, my browser will package this data, name and email, and send it to the submit.php. Now let's go to the next step. So when I click submit, where is this data? Yes, this submit. When I click submit, this is the function. The function will take place here. But how will this data be saved? This data can't be saved in the browser because hackers can come and steal the data. So what will happen here? That's why we have the database.php. So what is in the database.php? First of all, before we handle the data, our backend needs to connect to the database. This file is database.php, and then it creates the connection. You can see here we have the server name, which is localhost. We have the username, which is root. Password. It's because we're using it in local, you just leave it blank. But if you're using it in the server, you'll see where you can create the password for your database, and then the database name is form_demo. I had created this database earlier with the fields of name and email. I can go into my browser and show you how I can see my database. Let me go into my browser and click localhost dashboard. When I click enter, I can come here into my PHP admin. When I click PHP admin, I can see all the database that I have. Now I can come here into where we have form demo. This is the form demo. It has users. And then in the users, someone can insert what we call ID. It has ID, it has name, email, message, and created at. But for us, we have just name and email. Simple terms, what I want to explain here, how the database is connected with our PHP, with our backend. So we have this, let me give you an example here. Now, you can see here we have these tables here. We have name and we have email. So what happens here is like the PHP and MySQL are trying to communicate. You can see here they are connected. You can see the server name, the username, and the password, and the DB. If the connection fails, the script will show an error. You can see if the connection will fail, the error will show, and the error will be connection failed. Let me try to show you something. You can see here my database name is form demo, which should match with what we have here. Our database name is match demo. It should match. If the connection fails, we stop the script and it will show the error that connection failed. So that's how it simply works. So now let's go to the backend logic. So let me show you here. Let me explain everything here in the backend logic. I want to show you everything and what is happening here. So now let's see what happens behind the scenes when we click submit button. At the top, you have included database.php. This will enable PHP to know how to talk to MySQL. Next, we will grab the data that is coming from our index.html in the post method. You can see here we have post and the variable name and also the variable email. You can see here. Then we create an SQL command, insert into users name and insert into email. The values we have these two values, which is name and email, and then this tells MySQL to add a new record into the users table, which is these values, the value or name and the value email. After that has happened, it will show this successful message here. You can see here the form is submitted successfully. So this is where the show comes in. I want to show you how things are working here. Make sure you sit well and watch here. We have this form submitted successfully. That is after the data is grabbed from the post method and inserted. In simple terms, I can say the data has been added into the users table and into the users table, which contains the name variable and the email variable. Now let's see in real browser how things works. You can see here we have form submitted successfully. So I want us to see how that message is showing when a successful maybe form registration, or maybe when someone fills a form and it goes successfully, how things are working. Let me show you. I'll just come here into our form. I just input my name, and then I just input my email address. Let me just input my email address, owen@gmail.com. Right now you can see our database is empty. Let me go into my database. You can see our form underscore demo on the users. You can see here on the ID we don't have anything. We don't have name, email, message, or the time that person registered. Now when I come here into my register form, I click submit, I can be able to see a form submitted successfully. Now when I go back into my database, I can come here, I do a refresh, and I'll be able to see that person Owen, which is ID number 3, and then the email address, the message is null, and then the time, which is 16:02. Now which is 23:16:32, but this is the time that I'm creating this video. Now I can go back and try to register a new person so that I can show you how things are working again. Here I can just come here and maybe let's say Kevin came and do a registration. Let's say Kevin came and do a registration. And then the email, maybe let me use Kevin, and then he clicks submit. He will see form submitted successfully. Now when you come here into your database, you just refresh, you will see that person here. So that's how data is transported. That's how data is stored, and that is how the front end is connected with the backend. You can see we have database.php, we have the main file which is index.php, we have submit.php. So now if anything is happening here, maybe I can try to change this message. I can try to make this message maybe say register again, or maybe form submitted successfully. Let me just use form submitted successfully. Now I can click command save. After clicking command save, I can go back and maybe let's say someone like Esther is trying to register with the name esther@gmail.com. Let Esther come here and register. When Esther clicks submit, she will see form submitted successfully. When you come here into your database again, you will see Esther as your new registrar. So, and that's how the backend communicates with the front end, and that's how data is stored in the database, so that that data can be retrieved later. Let's say our form here had where someone can search the people's name and all that. This is where the data will be found. And maybe if you want to learn more about this, you can watch more of my videos on how these things work, and make sure you don't forget to subscribe this channel for more videos like this. So guys, I appreciate for your time and see you in the next video. Thank you.